Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him sing. Only one must say. Let him lay me traps and men to pray to Jehovah, me I pray. Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him sing. Only one must say. Let him lay me traps and men to pray to Jehovah, me I pray. Let I be me instead of playing games. For chasing fame, let somebody sweat the lack of flames. No, living my life to the fullest. And shout out my halala to the fullest. Let my lungs out. I'm still rising up to greater heights. As long as
Hello, Bonjour Sanbonani. Welcome to Rise to Greater Heights Network, where you can turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. It is so significant to have a positive mindset, more especially under these circumstances. So this network has the potential to completely revolutionize every aspect of your life and career. My name is Dr. Riel Ngunene, and I'm going to be your host for today. So if you're watching us online, please feel free to put in the chat box where you're watching us from and what you hope to achieve from our podcast. Today, we are surrounded by greatness in the World Wide Web. We have amazing speakers who's going to share some nuggets on the secrets to maintain work-life balance. So in Rhode Island, we have April Federico. And in South Africa, in Pretoria, we have Sharon Piel. And once again, in Pretoria, we have Nelline Fleming.
Hi, everybody. Hello.
So at this moment, I'll just let our speakers to introduce themselves. So you can go ahead, April.
Hi, everyone. It is so great to be here. This is my first keynote speaking event, so I am so honored to be here. And to start off, I am a influencer turned journalist turned nutritionist following a very scary diabetes diagnosis. And this has led me to become now a social media success expert.
Oh, wow. It's such a great honor to have you, April. And I am really looking forward to hear your first keynote presentation. Thank you for saying yes. You can go ahead, Sharon, and please introduce yourself.
Thank you. Well, hello, everybody from wherever you are in the world. It's my absolute honor to be here and talk to you today about work-life balance. I'm a life and business coach for women entrepreneurs, so I know the struggles and stresses of being a mom and running your own business. So more importantly, having work-life balance in your life. So even if you're not an entrepreneur. So yes, I'm looking forward to talking to you about that today and hopefully give you some nuggets.
Wow, we are honored to have you, Sharon, and I am really looking forward to hear more of your knowledge. And thank you for saying yes. We are honored to have you here. You can go ahead, Nelline, and please introduce yourself.
Perfect. Thank you, Riel. Thank you for the opportunity to make a difference and to share a message. I have a passion for human beings, and my vision is to live a truly remarkable life for the generations to come. And my mission is to share a fresh perspective to uplift and to encourage humanity. And the greatest platform to do that through is through life-work balance and then emotional and mental resilience. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for being with us, Nelline. And yes, I am really looking forward to hear that message. And yeah, you are indeed, I was just going over your profile. I'm like, this woman, she's just changing the world. So thank you for saying yes and to be with us here. So April, I have a question for you. I have a question for you. If you happen to have your own billboard, I can see your billboard coming down there in the busy highway, maybe in Massachusetts or maybe in Rhode Island. I don't know where your billboard is going to be. What will your billboard say?
So my billboard would say that confidence and intelligence create emotional resilience to optimize. And this would accompany my 4Cs method, which is contemplate, clarity, create, and consistency, which is what I'm going to be talking about in depth today as we talk about work-life balance. And I think, like, since my diabetes diagnosis doesn't really define me as a person, I would not say it would say that my billboard would say that I am a diabetes success story, because really it's possible for anyone to achieve with the right mindset and the right emotional intelligence to optimize your well-being.
Wow, I love it. I love the fact that you've mentioned that your diabetes, a condition, it doesn't actually define the person that you are. We're not being defined by the situations that we go through, but we are who we believe that we've been called to. We've been called for greatness. We're destined for greatness. I love your billboard. I love your billboard. Wow, it's such a beautiful, beautiful billboard. How about you, Sharon? Maybe your billboard is already down there in the busy highway in South Africa. Who knows? I don't know. What will your billboard say?
I think my billboard would say never give up.
Never.
I think
give up.
it's yeah, I think, you know, we all need to work on our dreams and, you know, to not give up on them, you know, no matter what. You know, find a supportive circle, find your tribe, those people that are going to lift you up and encourage you, you know, push you forward, help you to, you know, be a better version of you, that are going to hold you accountable. So I think if you have a goal or a dream, go for it and don't ever give up. That's my message.
Never ever give up. Never ever. I believe that's the spirit that every one of us here should be able to carry. Never give up. You know, in life we're guaranteed to fail as many times as we can, but never give up. I love it. I love it. How about you, Nelline? What will your billboard say?
My billboard would be a question, and it's a question that boggles most of my clients or even human beings that I speak to. And this question is, who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you? Because if we do not know who we are, the world will decide for us who we are.
Wow. Wow. Who are you? Just pause and ask yourself that question. Who are you? Because this world, actually, it can have so much influence on ourselves and we end up losing the focus exactly who we are. I love that. Who are you? Who are you? Who have you been called to? Have you been called for a positive change in this world? Have you been called to impact the whole world with just your own very humanity? Who are you? I love it. I love it. So I believe mine will be the Ford billboard driving down the highway, and it's going to say what? The sky is no longer the limit, but now the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights, and it's definitely coming. So we're going to get started. We have April. We have April Federico. April Federico is a nutritionist, award-winning author, type 2 diabetes success story, podcast host, and an international speaker. She is a nutrition coach who educates and empowers type 2 diabetics and other females with chronic illnesses who are feeling overwhelmed, lost, and afraid to manage their illnesses without feeling restricted. So April has been, she has appeared in Boston Globe Magazine, RI Monthly, The Bay, Hollywood.com, Boston Guide, and The Brains. She has also been featured in the Valley Breeze, Eat This, Not That, Authority Magazine. So kings and queens, please join me and welcome April Federico.
Thank you so much for that beautiful introduction. I really appreciate it. So, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and fellow advocates of a harmonious life, today we gather to contemplate a subject that has become increasingly vital in our modern, fast-paced world, which is the delicate art of work-life balance. In a society that often glorifies the relentless pursuit of success, we must seek what I call my 4 C's method: contemplate, clarity, create sustainable rhythms, and maintain consistency in our approach to find equilibrium and fulfillment in both our professional and personal lives. Let me start with contemplate. The journey to achieving work-life balance begins with contemplation. It requires us to pause, reflect, and assess our priorities. And I invite you to not only write these down or just keep them in your mind, but what truly matters to you? What do you aspire to achieve both professionally or personally or both? By taking the time to contemplate these questions, we can set the foundation for a life that aligns with our values and aspirations. Next, I'm going to go on to clarity. Clarity is the beacon that guides us on our quest for balance. It is the understanding of what we want to achieve and how we intend to get there. When we have a clear vision of our goals, it becomes easier to make decisions that honor our commitments to work and personal life. Clarity helps us seek the bigger picture and navigate the complexities of our daily choices. Create. With clarity as our compass, we must create a roadmap for our balance. This involves crafting a schedule that allocates time for both work and personal pursuits. It requires us to set boundaries, prioritize tasks, and embrace efficiency. Creating a well-thought-out plan empowers us to pursue our passions, nurture our relationships, and excel in our careers without feeling overwhelmed or restricted, as my Cicero method would say. And finally, consistency. Consistency is the glue that holds our balance together. It involves sticking to the commitments that we've made to ourselves and our loved ones. By consistently honoring our boundaries, we build trust within our families, teams, and ourselves. This trust becomes the cornerstone of a balanced and fulfilling life. In our quest for work-life balance, we must remember that it is not a destination, but an ongoing journey. Achieving and maintaining balance requires constant recalibration as life's demands and circumstances evolve, probably into chaos, but other times into calamity. Embracing change and adapting to new challenges with the principles of clarity, creation, and consistency will keep us on course for sure. It's crucial to understand that work-life balance is not a one-size-fits-all approach. What constitutes balance for one person may differ from another. The key is to find a unique equilibrium that resonates with your values and aspirations. This journey is deeply personal, and you are the author of your story. And in conclusion, may I say, as we contemplate the significance of work-life balance, let us commit to seeking clarity in our goals, creating sustainable routines that honor our priorities, and maintaining consistency in our choices. By doing so, we can forge a path toward a life that is not only successful by society's standards, but also rich in our personal fulfillment and joy. Thank you for joining me today and these lovely women, and may you embark on your journey towards work-life balance with purpose and determination. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, April, for sharing such a profound, much needed message. I believe that our life and work, it needs to be balanced the way you've mentioned. And you've also mentioned that you'll have to transform your mindset really in order for you to be able to live that dream life, in order for you to be able to take care of your well-being, your family, and those around you. Thank you so much, April, for sharing such a profound, much needed message. Thank you. So now from the US to South Africa, we have Nalin. Nalin Fleming has a passion for human beings. She is an ordinary person with a drive towards feeling good, betterment, and growth due to her past feelings of emptiness and purposelessness, constant disappointment on the sports field, relationships, and career. She just did not feel good enough, and she believed that she was never good enough. So Nalin is now a personal coach with more than 10 years in business, helping clients to successfully lead themselves from where they are to where they want to be. She has worked with over 400 clients on a one-on-one or a small group basis. So Nalin have been invited to publish articles in South African magazines, and also she facilitated a group and a team building session for the IUCN in March 23. So kings and queens, please join me and welcome Nalin Fleming.
Thank you so much. I would love to start today with getting onto the same page, and that is the understanding of what is emotional and mental resilience. Now, resilience is the ability to bounce back, but there's a deeper sense to it, and that is to become aware. What are we thinking about? What are the emotions that we are experiencing? It's about the acknowledgement and the stewardship of our thoughts and our emotions. I would love to share the story about the Chinese farmer and his son. His son was busy taming horses. And one day the son fell off the horse and he broke his leg. And his dad's response was, "Good luck, bad luck, we don't know." A week later, the army came to recruit all the young guys to go to war, and the farmer's son was let off. Now, how amazing is that approach to an open mindset? I would love to share my childhood story about emotions, and it's with the biggest respect to my early teachers. As a child, and that's where my passion started, I observed adults being not admitting how they are feeling. You need to be strong all the time. You just need to go and move forward. And that is not what emotional resilience is. Because when we suppress our emotions, and especially our negative emotions, what happens when you try to keep a ball underwater? At some point, it is going to pop up. Another thing about how we grew up and understanding negative emotions is that there's something wrong with you. No, that is not correct. Every negative emotion that you're feeling and that you're experiencing, every negative thoughts that you're thinking is it's telling you to go to your next level. There's a positive message in every negative circumstance, emotion, thought that we experience. Now, just as the Chinese farmer, you need an open mindset to see things in a new way so that you are able to work through the emotions and the hardship. So to all the listeners today, if I ask a question and you feel free to raise your hand, have you been going through hardship, heartbrokenness, loss, loneliness, which is the biggest rising negative state that we are going in. Raise your hand if you felt any of those emotions, trauma, adversity. And the thing is, adversity doesn't skip any human beings. It's part of life. We need to become aware that problems, adversities are there so that we can build character and go to our next level. Now, you need to ask yourself a question. Is what you are doing helping or hurting you? Your strategies to work through hardship. If I may have a moment to share 4 magnificent steps that will help you to become emotional and mental resilient. The first step is to start living in this present moment. I think Craig Rochelle said it so well, make sure your thoughts and feet are in exactly the same place. The next step, journal. Get your feelings and thoughts out on paper because it halves the energy behind that. And then the third step, it's all about nutrition. And I think April will agree with me, and Sharon and Real. When you eat healthy, your mind gets clear, your emotions goes to a next level. Perfect. Take action today, be strong and courageous, and start facing the emotions and the thoughts that you are feeling. That is emotional resilience. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Nellin. I was just taking more notes and then I'm like, okay, that's the end. Yeah, it's emotional resilience really is so profound. The way we bounce back into life is the way you're gonna determine the more days that you're gonna be living in this world. You've mentioned that we should start living in the present. So gather your thoughts and be in the presence, because that's where you'll be able to overcome every challenges. And you've also mentioned personal growth and mental and emotional resilience, that in order for us to balance the work and life, we'll have to balance our emotional resilience. We'll have to bounce back into life. Thank you so much, Nellin, for sharing such a profound, much needed message. Thank you. So now their neighbors, we're going to South Africa again, where we have Sharon PL. Sharon's journey, it began with a passion for understanding the human mind and behavior. So armed with a diploma in life coaching and child psychology, she embarked on a path to help individuals harness their potential and overcome obstacles. So her commitment to continuous learning led her to earn certificates in neuro-linguistic programming and business coaching, adding valuable tools to her coaching arsenal. As a life and business coach, Sharon's mission is clear: to guide her clients towards achieving their most profound aspirations. And her clients benefit from her unwavering dedication to their success, whether it's realizing personal dreams, enhancing emotional intelligence, or transforming businesses and organizations for the better. So Sharon's passion for life and business coaching is evident in every interaction. She believes in the power of personal development and emotional intelligence as a catalyst for growth and transformation. Her clients not only experience significant results, but also gain the skills and insights to sustain long-term success. So kings and queens, please join me and welcome Sharon PL.
Thank you, Riel, for that lovely introduction. It's my pleasure to be here today and talk to you about work-life balance. So the first thing I want to talk about is why it is so crucial in the first place. I think in modern life today, there's a bit of a blur between work and our personal lives because of technology. You know, we've got our phones, we've got our computers, we're always on, you know, on our phones or on our computers, and those work emails kind of creep into our what should be our downtime or after hours time. So I think it's important because if we are continuously, focused on work and worrying about work, it leads to stress, anxiety, and eventually to burnout. And burnout is a state of being physically, mentally, and emotionally exhausted. And the consequences of that are health issues such as, cardiovascular problems, weakened immunity. So if you are someone who's constantly getting colds and flu, you catch every little bug that goes around, you should maybe look at, where you need to work more on your work-life balance, because those are all indicators that you're out of balance. The second thing is that it affects your relationships as well. If you are one of those A-type personalities who's always, in work mode and spending long hours at work, what happens? Your relationships suffer because you're not spending enough time with your partner or spouse or your children even. So it can, affect your personal life in that sense as well. So I think it's definitely something that we should be aware of, and we have the power to change it. And hopefully today I'm going to give you some tools to do just that. The second thing I want to address is the strategies for achieving work-life balance. So I think it starts with time management, managing your time effectively, prioritizing your time, using a weekly planner, a daily planner, so that you're not overwhelmed every day where the day runs you instead of you running the day. So, utilize those tools. You can also use, different apps like Trello and things like that, where you can become more organized. I think when you're organized, you definitely feel less overwhelmed. And small things like using, for example, the Eisenhower matrix or the urgent important matrix, where you prioritize what's urgent, what's important, what needs to be delegated and what can simply be deleted out of your day. So all of those things are there to help you to manage your time better and feel less stressed and overwhelmed. What else is there? Setting boundaries. I think April, was it, that mentioned setting boundaries? Yeah. Setting boundaries is very important as well. So let your employers and your colleagues know, I'm not available after a certain time. That is my family time. And I won't be answering work emails during that time or taking work calls, after that time. And, maybe it's clients or customers that also phone you after hours. You might need to set boundaries with them and say, look, this is, not my working hours are from this time to that time. I only answer calls until 6 p.m. or 5 p.m., whatever it is. So set those boundaries and don't be afraid of doing it, because we teach people how to treat us. So if we're answering those calls after hours, they're going to keep phoning you after hours. So make it clear, in your communication with them, politely let them know, sorry, I'm not available at the moment. I will deal with this tomorrow. I'll give you a call back tomorrow, or I'll reply to your email in the morning. So all of those things I think are very important for, that work-life balance, to have a line, so to speak, where you define, which is my work time and which is my family or home time or my personal time. And learning to say no. Get comfortable with saying no. I think a lot of people struggle to say no. And I think it's quite necessary sometimes to say no to people. Obviously do so politely. I don't have the time right now, or I can't take on any more work. I'm already snowed under. Don't be the person who always says yes, because if you are, they will just keep piling on the work and piling on the work and piling on the work. And you'll be the one who's stressed and anxious and overwhelmed and eventually burnt out. So I think it's important, to set those boundaries and get comfortable saying no to people, when it's not possible to help them. And then I'd like to move on to self-care, which Nalene spoke about as well. Yes, it is crucially important. And it's not, I think when people say self-care, some people think of bubble baths and spa days. And while those are both lovely, it's not really about that. It's about what you do on a daily basis. Making sure you have enough sleep, or you get enough sleep. You know, some people need 9 hours, some people can get by with 7, that's fine. But between 7 and 9 hours, I think is ideal. You know, because you need to be rested, your body needs to be rested, your mind needs to be rested in order for you to perform at your best. So I think it's very important to get, you know, good sleep and quality sleep and enough sleep. Secondly, physical activity, exercise. It helps you, you know, reduce stress, you feel better afterwards, you get all those endorphins floating through your body, which make you feel good. It improves your mood. So it's something that should be incorporated into your daily routine as well, if at all possible. And then mindfulness and relaxation, which was also mentioned before. You know, it can be a simple thing like just doing a quick breathing exercise. It only takes a few minutes to inhale deeply, exhale deeply, you know, just to calm you, reset your nervous system after a busy, you know, hectic day at work. It's small changes, it's not major changes, but I think all of these things can be implemented into our daily routines if we just become self-aware and disciplined to do it. Again, something else that was mentioned is eating healthily, making sure that we fuel our bodies with nutritious food and drink lots of water. Because when we're on the go all the time, we tend to, you know, not eat well. We grab some junk food or a pie at the garage when we're filling up our cars and things like that. So I think it's important as well to make sure that we are eating properly and drinking enough water during the day. And something else is also to, you know, make some me time every day. Do something that you enjoy, that's just for you, that brings you joy. Again, it doesn't have to be a major thing. You know, if you don't have time to work on your hobbies and interests during the week, you know, do something small for yourself. Read a couple of pages of a book that you like, or, you know, find something that fuels you, that brings you joy, that, you know, that rejuvenates you at the end of the day. Because sometimes our weekends are actually just as busy as our week, so we don't always get the time to do things. So it's important to take care of yourself on a daily basis. And then obviously weekends, you know, we should ideally also try and get some rest and relaxation in and do things you enjoy, like gardening or whatever it is. You know, make some time to relax. Don't fill up your weekend with going here and going there. Also put in some time to just sit and chill and relax. And I think it's also important to try and get away. You know, a change of scenery makes all the difference. You know, for me personally, that is going to the bush. I'm a wildlife enthusiast, and that is my happy place. I love going to the bush. You know, I enjoy being away from the hustle and bustle of the city, not having a computer, not having to answer my phone. It just totally rejuvenates and recharges you. So whatever it is, you know, maybe for you it's the ocean or going to the mountains or whatever it is, you know, try and find, you know, more opportunities to do that. If it's a long weekend, you know, maybe you can get away for a long weekend. It doesn't always have to be a long holiday, but trying to, you know, do those things will also, you know, make you enjoy life more. And that's really what it's all about, is enjoying life. It's not all about work. It's about our fulfillment and general well-being as well. So I hope that you'll implement some of those and improve your work-life balance and your personal well-being. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Sharon, for sharing such a profound, much needed message around like maintaining your work-life balance. You've also mentioned that sometimes, you know, that's what I view it, excuse me, as an individual. Self-care is not being selfish. You just need the time off, just focusing on yourself, focusing on just you being you, just focus on that. You mentioned that you also have to take some time off, and don't be afraid to say no. If, for example, you're at work and your boss maybe is asking you to do more work, or maybe even at home, like our family can really use as, don't be afraid to say no. Just say no with confidence, because you are the one who will end up like being overwhelmed. You are the one who will end up like being burnt out. So in order for you to prevent being burnt out and other health issues that may arise, just be okay with your no, be okay with taking that maybe a staycation or maybe a vacation that you want to do. Go to that bush if you enjoy being at the bush. Just take that time for yourself and prioritize your self-care. Prioritize the self-care. Thank you so much, Sharon, for sharing such a profound, much needed message. Thank you. So at this moment, to our audience online, please feel free. Let me see here. I don't see the comments. Feel free, if you happen to have any questions for April, for Nelline, for Sharon, please feel free to drop the questions here on our chat box. Okay, now I can see the comments. I can see Mandla Luponvo is saying he's watching from Eswatini. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you, my brother. And I can see Benoit watching, Annalie also giving us lots of love. And I can see Mariah, I can see Goodwill, Zamini watching, I can see Princess watching. So our audience really have been motivated, they've been inspired. So at the end of this, before we end this podcast, for sure, I believe we're gonna have lots and lots of questions out there. And I can see Lucia Labiela, she has just joined. So our audience really have been inspired, have been motivated through all these amazing messages that you've shared here. So thank you so much to our amazing speakers. But you know what, it's not gonna be a show without me showing up. So I'm gonna be the next and final speaker. But before I speak, let me see if I can grab my bio here. I'm gonna share my bio with you and I will come back and speak. So please enjoy. I want you, as you think about your dreams and goals, to put this down. Rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights, because you need to be clear about your career goals in order for you to gain guidance on professional development. Really, my goal as a mentor or as a coach, it's so simple. My goal is to study your current situation, identify limiting beliefs and other potential obstacles that you might be facing, and then design a plan of inspired action to empower you to pursue success and drive sustainability. I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel and Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. Mom. So I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel and Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights.
Dr. Nampumelelo Rial Kunene is an international human rights policy analyst who consults on policies and procedures related to human rights compliance. She is a highly sought-after, energetic, certified Lace Brown international speaker. This passionate leader holds a PhD with a discipline in leadership and business. Dr. Rial N. Kunene is the author and host to Rise to Greater Heights, a book and YouTube channel to turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. She is also a coach, mentor, and an MC, well known for encouraging many to rise from mediocrity into greatness. Her vision is not only to motivate, but also to empower audiences with a fresh perspective inspiration they require to pursue success and drive sustainable outcomes. In a seriously funny way, Dr. Kunene is an award-winning author, 10 times #1 Amazon and international best-selling author. Her #1 best-selling book, Rise to Greater Heights, has inspired and empowered many to pursue their personal and professional passion to become go-getters. As a trainer, diplomacy protocol officer, and strategist, Rial believes that we are in full control of our choices. Her mission is to meet the needs and transform lives of her clients and her audience. She is also a true advocate for creating new policies that uphold human rights and prevent human rights violations. Dr. Kunene's purpose is to teach everyone about human rights and help organizations understand and promote human rights. Her goal is to study your current situation, identify limiting beliefs, then design a plan of inspired action to empower you to achieve specific outcomes in your life. This change maker, trailblazer, and revolutionary is pushing boundaries and creating a real change worldwide. Like a phoenix that never accepted defeat and rose from its own ashes, she wants to challenge you to unleash your greatness and rise to greater heights. Dr. Rial Nkunene wears many hats. As a professional certified sales manager, CEO, certified travel counselor, publisher, medical esthetician, philanthropist, and a commissioner for oaths, following her dreams gave her purpose to see her goals through and understand that she does have everything she needs to reach her full potential. Her everyday message is that your journey to be a better person starts with you. So knowing who you are to your core will make you understand that you are the only one who can accomplish your dreams. Hebrews 11, Psalms 27 and 40 keeps her to rise to greater heights. The sky is no longer the limit, but now the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Kings and queens, please join me. Welcome, Dr. Rial Nkunene.
Wow. Thank you so much, amazing speakers. Really just following after you, I'm like, you've already shared all the nuggets that are needed in order for us to maintain that work-to-life balance. So what else is left for me to share? But you know what I'm gonna share? I'm gonna share a little bit of what I actually do to maintain my work-life balance in order for me to avoid the burnt out that Sharon has mentioned here. April, she shared her own method for transforming our mindset and manifesting our own dream life. And then Nelline on the other side, wow, she shared everything around mental and emotional resilience. She was like, you know what? You'll have to bounce back to life, bounce back. And then Sharon, she shared everything, the importance of work-life balance in order for you to prevent burnt out and other health issues. So if you can please write it down. Secrets to improve, achieve, and maintain a work-life balance. We're going back to school here because the world, it has to hear this. So we'll have to learn about the secrets to improve, achieve, and maintain a work-life balance, because most of the time balancing work and life is an issue for almost every family out there. And maintaining a work-life balance is only easy when you are kind of a sole trader. So there are many strategies, however, that we can use in order for us to achieve and maintain a healthy work-life balance that can help each and every family cope around whatsoever comes their way. So good people, you really don't have to see the whole staircase in life, but you need to take the first step to get to the top. As my mentor always say, that you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to become great in life. So get started today and maintain that work-life balance. The first thing that you'll have to do is for you to prioritize your health and manage your mind. You'll have to do that. And I know it will sound like a repetition of everything that has been shared today, but I'm going to use my own approach on how I do it. And you can also apply it into your own life, whether you are your own CEO or maybe you're just a go-getter in that workplace. Your overall physical, emotional, and mental health should be your main concern. It's easy for you to let things like exercise, for example, or diet just go by the wayside once maybe you get busy in the office. But you know what? That's the only body that you have. That's the only body that you have. You're gonna need this body to carry you until the end of your game. So prioritize your health and prioritize your health and your mind. And that's why it's so critical to continue to keep your body strong and healthy enough so that it can carry you until the end of your game. So it's a wake-up call, good people. It's a wake-up call to maintain that work-life balance. It's a wake-up call, but when that alarm clock goes off, please, please, please don't ever hit the snooze button. Don't be like, I will wake up in the next 2 minutes, I will wake up in the next 4 minutes. You know what? Forever is a long time. Why don't you wake up, get going, and maintain that work-life balance? So it's a wake-up call. Take time for yourself, like Sharon mentioned. Take time for yourself and be selfish about your me time. It doesn't matter how you take care of yourself, but that time should just be dedicated, it should be just dedicated to yourself, because self-care is imperative. So if it's something you should do, no matter how tired you are in life. When personal issues arise, for example, don't ever give up the time that you've dedicated to yourself. Drag yourself out of the door to your fitness class that you enjoy the most. You may ask me why. I'm glad you've asked that, because you will never have the time to do other things outside of work, outside of family. So just drag yourself, go to the gym, go and do that Zumba class that you enjoy the most, like I do. Regardless of what you choose to do at your me time, afterwards you will be in a better humor and happy that you did something just for yourself. So yes, be selfish about your me time. It doesn't mean that you don't care about those who are around you, but your me time should be your me time. As flight attendants always say, that put on your oxygen mask first before you assist others, because if you don't, you and the other person you're trying to help could possibly go down. So put on that oxygen mask self to yourself by taking the time off just for yourself. And another thing that you can do, you can take a vacation and have some fun. It doesn't mean that you'll have to spend lots of money. A vacation, it can be like maybe a weekend away. Truly unplugging, really, it means just shutting work completely off for a while. Even like a long weekend, maybe every quarter of the year is better than nothing. Just take the time, take that vacation, that staycation, because we can only go around once. Whether your vacation consists of one day staycation or maybe a 2-week to the Bahamas, for example, it's so important for you to enjoy your life and make time for fun. So take that time. One thing that we'll have to understand is that we can't give from an empty cup. Trust me, you can't give from an empty cup, but you need to fill your cup first, and then from the overflow, then you'll be able to share with the world. Then you'll be able to impact the world because you've decided to fill your cup first. So it's high time, kings and queens, just fill that cup. Keep on filling that cup, and then from the overflow, then you can be able to share with the world. Another thing that you'll have to do when you really want to maintain a work-life balance, you also have to care about your spiritual. You'll have to take care of your spiritual. It takes a lot of practice for you to balance life in your spiritual side. So our personal or maybe work life is incredibly important to lead a fulfilling life, and also our spiritual well-being, our spiritual area of life, it also needs to be nurtured too, in order for us to achieve balance and find a deeper meaning in life. So this could be like, for example, with me, I am a firm believer of Jesus Christ. So you'll find me at church most of the Sundays for my connection with my God, and, you know, to feel refreshed and to be ready to tackle the world. I pray, I go to church. So whatsoever you decide to do with your spiritual well-being, just do it. Being present truly is practice, and maybe you feel like called to make a difference into this world, or anything that can quiet the mind from the excessive chatter. It can help. It can only help our productivity and focus. So take that time. As my everyday book, it says that, beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things, not in some things, but in all things, and be in good health, just as your soul prospers. So the soul has to prosper first before you prosper. So take the time for your spiritual well-being and feel that well-being, that spiritual well-being, because the reality is your journey to be a better person. It doesn't start with your spouse. It doesn't start with your brothers or your siblings. It doesn't start with your neighbor. It starts with you. So knowing who you are to your core, it will make you understand that you have everything around you to reach to your full potential. So don't ever give up on your heart's desires, good people. Just recall this, just in case you can't find a way. You can have the drive within you to become what you really want in life. So I am a firm believer of affirmations, and affirmations too, it can also help you to maintain that work-life balance. So we're going to affirm this. We're going to affirm this together by you're going to place your left, this is left hand. I always struggle with left and right. You're going to place your left hand on your chest and raise your right hand. And we're going to affirm this. Say, I can have the drive within me to become what I really want in life. Can you say it one more time as if you have faith in your own powerful voice? And guess what? It will echo throughout the whole universe. Say, I can have the drive within me to become what I really want in life. Yes, just give yourself a round of applause because you can have the drive within you. The drive is just inside of you to become what you really want to be in life, to get where you want to be in the next 6 months. The drive is just inside of you, and no one else has the drive except you. So that drive is just inside of you. You know, it's so funny how my mom and dad gave me this beautiful, beautiful name, Nompumelelo. I know many, when they try to say my name, they always butcher my name, but Nompumelelo in my own language, it means mother of all success. So you can see that I am really, really challenged to chase after success. No matter what comes my way, I'll have to chase after success. So if I may ask you, how many of you have dreams and goals that you want to achieve? Maybe let me say in the next 6 months. I know myself, I'm one of those. So I want you, as you think about your dreams and goals, to put this down. Rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights, because you need to be clear about your career goals in order for you to gain guidance on our professional development. So as a mentor or as a coach, like many of us here, my goal is so simple. My goal is to study your current situation, identify limiting beliefs and other potential obstacles that you might be facing, and then design a plan of inspired actions to empower you to achieve specific outcomes in your life. You know, I so wish you can just tell yourself that, you know what, all these amazing speakers has shared all the nuggets that you just needed for you to maintain that work-life balance. But in order for you to go out there and make that difference, you've got to be hungry. You've got to be hungry like the hungry lion in the jungle. Really, that hungry lion in the jungle, it doesn't matter what kind of animal comes his way. It doesn't matter if you're that giant elephant or that small squirrel by the jungle. All that hungry lion sees in front of his face is lunch. It's so funny though, because even with elephants, when they see a lion, what they do is that they run. It's all about the mindset. Once you believe, you become. They already told themselves that, you know what, I am a lunch to that lion. So each and every time when I say lion, I'll have to run. I believe that's the lion mindset that we need in order for us to maintain that work-life balance, because I believe that we all rise together. The reason why we're here, the reason why we're sharing all these nuggets with you, we all rise together. And I believe that we rise by lifting each other up, and we don't rise by tearing anyone down or stepping over another person. So we rise by lifting each other up. So we need that lion mindset that, you know what, I am the king of the jungle. I am the king of my life. I am the queen of my life. So I've got this. So we need that kind of mindset. You know, it's so funny. When I was in the 8th grade, I was nicknamed Phoenix. I was nicknamed Phoenix after writing a composition using the idiomatic expression that says, I rose from the ashes like a phoenix bird, meaning I became successful again. Really, that English teacher, she didn't know that the nickname Phoenix, it resonates with me, and it also aligns with my destiny. So for those of you who don't know the phoenix bird, the phoenix is a Greek mythological bird believed to rise from its own ashes after being buried like hundreds of years ago. This immortal creature acquires new life by rising from the ashes of its own ancestor, which represents our capacity for vision and success. So I want to encourage you, if you are watching and listening under my voice today, that when your world comes crashing down, wear your scars to show how a phoenix feels like to die from inside, and trust in your own capability to rise from your own ashes, since the phoenix has to die, burn, experience pain before resurrection from its own ashes. Please write this down in conclusion. Resilience to greatness. resilience to greatness. And I know you've heard this before, that your setback is your setup for your comeback. Your setback is your setup for your comeback. So if I can be honest with you, I don't know what goals you've set for the next 6 months. I don't know what dreams you have for your own future. But here is one thing I know about you. You are destined for greatness. Inside of you, God has put seeds of excellence. Those seeds are supposed to grow and flourish. But many people have become crippled by their past encounters, and some have stepped over other people to get to the top. But I believe that with God, we are all destined for greatness. Your objective is what you were designed for and the reason why you live today. With God, we are all destined for greatness as long as we follow his strategy. This is when the growth commences, because discovering your gifts and following God's idea, it will make you understand that you have everything around you to reach to your full potential. My everyday inspiration, Mr. Les Brown, he once said, if you had to die today, at this very moment, at this hour, what dreams, what ideas, what visions, what goals, what skills, what talents, and what books will die with you? And the late Dr. Miles Monroe continued saying that the richest place on this planet is the cemetery, because that's where all the goals, all the visions, all the skills, all the talents, all the ideas have been buried. Honestly, I don't know about you, but with me listening to all these amazing messages, I remember it very well when I started journaling my first book, Rise to Greater Heights. And I lost the count when I got to 10, because I was like, it's high time I follow my passion, because I have everything around me to reach my full potential. So this year I am also determined as much as I can to rise to greater heights with as many motivated professionals as much as I can. For those who are ready maybe to start, grow, and scale their businesses within 90 days. Perhaps you're just that individual who started writing that book and you never finished writing that book. So I just wanna, I offer a free, no obligation consultation Zoom call that will just help us. It will allow me actually to find out about the issues that you are experiencing, and also to see if you are a perfect fit for any of my programs that I offer, because I don't just work with everyone. You'll have to be a perfect fit for any of the programs that I offer. So if you're interested in becoming a public speaker, for example, an author, coach, maybe host that podcast, get started with that podcast, or maybe you're just that entrepreneur who just wanna multiply your income by just doing what you love and just making a real impact out there, please go and book that call on my website at www.risetogreaterheights.com, because I want to empower you to become a highly effective and an inspiring leader with a kind of personalized, measurable, but a scalable program. So go on my website, www.risetogreaterheights.com. And yes, it comes with a guarantee. Everything I do, it comes with a guarantee. Trust me. If it doesn't work for you within 30 days, money back, 100% money back guarantee. So go out there and book that call with me first. It's a free consultation, no obligation of whatsoever. Just book that call so we can just sit down and chat about what you want to become in life. Because my ultimate goal is that you feel extremely confident about your purpose. So we will take it one step at a time, and you are definitely going to transform. If you give me your why, I will show you the how. How cool is that? I will show you the how. So this consultation, it offers accountability, education, growth, as well as success. And you may have to ask, why are you doing this? Why now? I've been there, I've done that, and I know how it feels like. I remember myself 5 years ago, really, I was completely lost in the hustle. I was overwhelmed, I was exhausted, I had a ton of ideas, but there was no tried and true strategy to run with it. So it was only when I invested in coaching. I encourage everyone to invest in coaching. I invested in coaching, and that was when I created my first premium offer. Then things started to change, and I built an income generating business just doing what I truly love and what I'm passionate about. So now it's your turn to build your own wealth, because the power is just inside of you. Go out there, good people, book that free consultation call at www.risetogreaterheights.com. Because, growing up, I didn't have much in life because my father decided to have an early departure from this planet Earth. And I thank God that I missed that flight because I'm still here. I'm still sharing my message to the world, impacting as many lives as I can, because I had everything because of my mama's love. And I love you, love you, love you so much, Mom. So I think whosoever say that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel and Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, amazing speakers. So at this moment, please feel free to share with the audience how they can reach out to you, how they can work with you. If you have any freebie that you want to offer to the audience, please feel free to share with them, and also share your final thoughts on the subject for today, work-life balance. So April, the stage is yours, Queen.
Thank you so much. And thank you for your powerful story as well. So the way that you can reach out to me is simple. My Instagram is at the April Federico. That's TheAprilFederico. And at the moment, I do not have any freebies. However, I am giving free consultations to anyone who would like nutrition consultations as well as social media consultations.
Oh, wow, thank you, April. And good people, go out there and reach out to April. Reach out to April and grab that free consultation call with her, because you need someone who will just hold you accountable for your own actions. So that's the reason why April is here. Thank you, April. You can go ahead, Nelline, and please share with the audience.
Real, thank you for your inspirational message. I also made notes that I'm going to put in my journal.
Is it?
Your internet connection is unstable, Nelline.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I help my clients to succeed.
Okay.
If you're feeling you in a rut, then this is my offer to you. We have load shedding. I am sorry about that. We have load shedding. It means is the network better? Test,
Yeah.
test.
Yeah,
Is-
now we
is it
can
better
hear
now?
you, but we can't see you. Okay, now we can see you. You can go ahead, Nelline. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
We have load shedding in South Africa. It means, say again, yeah, to work deep within themselves, who wants to be successful, who want to work through their trauma. My offer to you today is to book your free 15-minute coaching conversation. During this call, we'll get clear on your goals. We'll identify your current challenges, and then I will help you with a plan to close that gap. And you can go to www.nflifecoaching.co.za to book your free coaching conversation. And after our conversation, you can self-select if you want to work with me to achieve your goals or not. My final thought for today, Dr. Caroline Leaf said it so beautifully. We are not responsible for the trauma we've gone through. We are responsible for our healing. And when you go through the healing, you'll discover that amazing seeds of excellence, brilliance within your DNA.
Wow. Wow, that was profound. Thank you so much, Nelline. Thank you. With South Africa, with the load shedding, really. Yeah, we missed the first part, but yeah, we got all of the message. So I believe our audience will definitely reach out to you so that you can help guide them, design that plan of inspired actions in order for them to discover what they've been called for. I love that. I love that. Thank you so much, Nelline. You can go ahead, Sharon. I hope yours is good.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, excellent. Yes, you can get hold of me on Sharon. You can email me at sharon@rhythmandrhyme.co.za. You'll see it in the banner behind me, or you can WhatsApp me on 083-486-1670, or you can visit my website, www.rhythmandrhyme.co.za, and contact me via the contacts page. You'll also find me on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and Twitter and Instagram. And my parting message to you today is that work-life balance and self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity to a fulfilled life.
Ooh.
So go out there and make those changes to, achieve work-life balance. You can do it.
Wow. You can say it again. It's not luxury that you're going to take the time off. It's necessary. It's a need, actually. It's a need that you can't just live without, because really you can't progress without just taking that moment to pause and silence the world around you and then restart again. So thank you so much, Sharon. I believe our audience will be able to reach out to you. What's up, Sharon, at +2783 486-1670, and her email, Sharon at rhythmand, is it ND? rhyme.co.za. So good people, go out there and reach out to all these amazing speakers, because you just need someone who will just stand by your side and tell you that, you know what, you've got this, you can do it. I've been there, I've done that, so you can also do it. Thank you so much, our amazing speakers, for blessing this platform with your presence today. Really, we don't take your presence here for granted. I know myself, I am one of those busy individuals out there, and I believe each and every speaker here, they had something to be doing around these 90 minutes, but they decided to spare it just to be with us here. So we don't take your presence here for granted. So we appreciate you. We are honored. We are humbled that you are able to share your message with our audience here. Thank you so much. And to our audience online, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us here at Rise to Greater Heights Network, where you can turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. So I believe that from all these amazing messages, from all these amazing speakers, you've been inspired, you've been motivated, and you are ready to rise to greater heights. So do join us next week at the same time, same place. Thank you. Merci. Siyabonga.
Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him sing. All they wanna say. Let him lay me traps and men to pray to Jehovah, me I pray. Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him sing. All they wanna say. Let him lay me traps and men to pray to Jehovah, me I pray. Let I be me instead of playing games. For chasing fame, let somebody sweat the lack of flames. No, living my life to the fullest and shout out my halala to the fullest. Let my lungs out. I'm still rising up to greater heights as long as